Hi everyone, Heather here with Astrology with Heather.com, and I am back with another weekly forecast. This one is for Monday, August 26th, all the way through to Sunday, September 1st of 2019. Yeah, we're already getting into September and we're already into Virgo season, so this year has just been flying by, you guys. And this week is another big week in the astrology, but in a really sort of kind, gentle, positive way. We have a really powerful new moon in the sign of Virgo coming up on Friday, and this is a big reset where we can make a lot of really positive changes across many different areas of life. There's going to be a stellium forming between Venus, Mars, Mercury, which will be moving into Virgo, and the sun and moon as part of this new moon energy. And all of this will be making a trine throughout the week with Uranus, which is freshly stationed and freshly retrograde in the sign of Taurus. So what does this all mean? It means that we are going to experience a lot of positive change, positive new developments. This is an exciting energy that shakes us out of our comfort zones, that gets rid of any stuck, stagnant energy in our lives that we've been wanting to break free from. And so anywhere where we've been feeling bored mostly, where we've been stuck doing mundane routine activities, where we feel like things have just become stale and they need to change, we'll have this beautiful opportunity to set intentions to change these things this week. And these changes can come on their own too. With Uranus, that is sometimes the case. You know, if you don't change something yourself, Uranus will come in and change it for you. And even if you change something yourself, Uranus might still come and help you out and make some additional changes that you weren't expecting. And this is something that we talked about more in depth in my Mastering Uranus webinar last weekend, which you can still purchase down in the link in the description below. And this week is such a heavy Uranus week. First off, on Monday, we have Venus coming into that trine with Uranus, Venus in Virgo. And so this is an energy of shaking us out of any complacent, boring, frustrated energy when it comes to our relationships, our dealings with material, possessions, finances. This could also shake up our creative capabilities and change our sense of style a little bit. This is a great time to do a makeover or to buy something in terms of like artwork or something that's aesthetically pleasing, that's outside of the norm from what you would normally gravitate toward. This is also one of the best days for connecting with groups of people, or one of the best time periods for connecting with groups of people, because we have all of these really nice energies in trine with Uranus, which rules the group, the good of all humanity, right? It's about connecting with people and socializing, especially with Venus being involved. And then we have Mars coming into a really nice trine with Uranus. Mars and Venus are still in a tight conjunction on Monday, which is sort of a leftover energy from over the weekend. And so this is a really passionate, really intense energy that helps us to connect with our desires in new, exciting, innovative, different ways. And this can happen quite naturally without you having to force it. You can rebel against anything that's preventing you from connecting with what you truly want and desire, from connecting with what you feel really passionate about and what you want to really move into moving forward, from your creative self-expression. And again, it can come about in ways that are very gentle, and it'll be much more well received when you do make these changes than it normally would be. So this is an opportunity to break away, to change something when it comes to your direction in life, when it comes to your connections with other people. This is also a really great energy for new relationships, or renewing current relationships and shaking things up and keeping things fresh and becoming more passionate about your partner, or doing things that are really exciting and new together in partnership. That's one of the best expressions of this energy, with Venus, the planet that rules relationships, connected with Mars, which is passion, desire, excitement. It's launching into something new. And in this trine with Uranus, which also has this energy of shaking things up, it's innovation, it's excitement, it's doing something that's outside of your comfort zones, outside of the norm. And so that's all a part of the energy at the start of this week, and it's part of the new moon energy on Friday as well. The new moon will be in the sign of Virgo, and Virgos are getting a lot of energy. This is a pretty heavy influence on Virgo with all of the inner planets in this stellium here with the new moon in Virgo. And so Virgos are going to have probably a lot going on this week, and especially if your solar return is this week and you're a Virgo sun sign, which we'll talk about a little bit more when we get into the forecast for all 12 signs. But this is a really powerful time of change, and where you can make these changes much more easily without having to micromanage it, without having to really plan and plot and organize all the details. These things will just flow into your life. The change that you need will come this week. So if you've been feeling so bored and so stuck, this is the week where you can break free, and it'll happen almost effortlessly. It'll be without you having to force anything or cause chaos and disruption in your life. So it's a really powerful week and a really positive week. And as we come into the end of the week, Mercury, which is moving into the sign of Virgo on Thursday, where it'll stay until the middle of September, it's going to be making a trine with Uranus as well. And so over the weekend, you might have some really intense inspirations, some new ideas. This is a really great time for outside of the box thinking. This is a really great time for communication, especially with groups and brainstorming with people who are maybe a little outside the box or who think about things differently, people who have really good ideas. This can really enhance our ability to open up to divine inspiration or to new thoughts about old problems, so new ways of thinking about old problems and new ideas that can help us to further our plans and goals in the future. So again, powerful week. It's very positive, a lot of positive change coming. You might not see it as a big, crazy, overt, like everything's changing, like it's chaos. It'll be, again, more subtle, a more gentle form of change that's still really exciting and that we can feel really good about. And so it's a powerful week. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's a good week. So I'm going to get into the forecast for all 12 signs. But before I do have a couple of just very brief announcements. First off, I don't usually talk a lot about my relocation webinar. Maybe I should. I did it last year, and it's still by far my most popular webinar. In this webinar, I go really in depth into relocation astrology. So if you're somebody who's thinking about moving or who moves around a lot or travels a lot, this webinar will teach you how to figure out not only the best locations where you can have the best experiences, so making predictions about your experience in different locations, but it'll also teach you about what types of locations are best for you based on your birth chart. It'll teach you how to pinpoint time frames, predictions for timing of moves, and big vacations and travel plans. And we'll also go into the relocated chart and putting it all together. So I take you through from start to finish my entire process that I use for relocation astrology. There is no other webinar that I know of that's like this, that's as comprehensive as this one. And similar webinars sell for a lot more money than what I am charging. And so this relocation webinar is available right now at the current price. The price is going to go up on September 1st. So if you want to get it at the current rate, which is $39, you can do so down in the link in the description below. A lot of webinars like this sell from anywhere from $80 to $350, and they're definitely not near as comprehensive and in depth as the one that I am offering. So if you haven't taken this webinar yet, I know a lot of you have. Now's your chance to get it before the price goes up. So that's my little spiel about the relocation webinar. And so if you're planning some, end of summer, beginning of fall travel plans, this could be a really good way to determine where to go and maybe to have an idea of your experience in those locations too. And then that's pretty much all that's going on this week. If you are a Libra sun sign, this is the last week for you to get your sun sign solar return forecast at the discounted rate, the pre-sale rate. It's going to be available for everyone on September 1st. And so at that point, it goes up a little bit. And so if you want to get it at the discounted rate, you can do so down in the description below. And if you are not a part of my astrology stories group on Facebook yet, you should be, because we're having a lot of really interesting conversations on there about different astrological placements, people sharing their experiences with their own personal astrology and the transits that they've experienced. So it's a really great way to learn about astrology if you are a student of astrology, or if you're looking for insight into what's coming up for you. It's a free resource. It's a really great way to connect with people, and I'm really enjoying the group. So connect on Facebook. It's the Astrology Stories group. I'll post a link to that down in the description below as well. And so let's get into the forecast. So this is the forecast for all 12 signs beginning with Aries, and it's a great week, you guys. I'm really excited about this week. There's a lot of really great energy. And so for Aries and for Aries rising, this is a great week to set intentions, especially at the end of the week, for making changes, very positive changes to your work, to your health, to your daily routines. This can really improve the health of your body. This can really improve your satisfaction with your day-to-day experience. If your day-to-day life has become super boring, super monotonous, if you're just like done with it and you don't want to carry on in the way that you were before, now is a great time where you can start to make those changes, where you can really jump into something new. You might want to take on a new project with your career. You might want to take on a new career or a new job in general. Now would be a great time to think about doing something like that. This is a great time for changing the relationship that you have with your coworkers, making adjustments to your work routines and work plans, or having conversations with your coworkers about things that need to change maybe in the dynamic of those relationships. This is also a great week to redecorate or to change something about your office or workspace. Doing so can free up a lot of energy that can create additional changes that are more productive to you feeling liberated through the work that you're doing. So this is a really great time to set those intentions. So set intentions for health, for making changes, positive changes to your health, positive changes to your routines, maybe starting a new workout plan, positive changes to your work, positive changes to your relationship with your coworkers or your work environment. And all of these can bring very physical and even monetary changes that can be very positive for you in the future. For Taurus and for Taurus rising, so this energy is happening with Uranus in Taurus in your sign. So if you are a Taurus, sun, moon, or rising, with your sun, moon, or rising sign at 6 degrees or near 6 degrees in the sign of Taurus. So I would say anywhere from 3 to 9 degrees will be feeling this the most. You're going to be having a big major reset, a positive time of new beginnings where you can connect more deeply with your passions, with your hobbies, your interests, your ability to play and to enjoy life. This is a major reset where you can make changes in your life and adjustments that allow you the freedom to experience joy and to do the things that you do because you love to do them. This is also a reset that can bring in new opportunities for romance, for passion in your love life. Even if you're currently in a partnership, this could be a great time to renew the passion and excitement in that relationship. And this is a great time to connect with children in new and exciting ways. And so if you do have children, take them out, go play, go do something that you've never done with them before. A lot of really positive results can occur that you might not even be aware of at the time by engaging with that energy. All right, and for Gemini rising, this new moon and really nice little trine here is happening in your 4th house of the home and family. So there's a lot of energy around your property, your home, your place of living, and your family dynamic this week. This is a great time to reset all of those areas and to make positive changes to your living situation, to your home in general. This is a great time to change the aesthetic of your home, to redecorate, to make things more beautiful, to make things more functional for you moving forward. This is a great time to move or to, sign a lease or move to a different place. This is a great time to have important conversations with family members or to make adjustments to the dynamic within your family or do something new and exciting with your family in the space of your home this weekend, or to reconnect with family members that maybe you've lost touch with. This is a great time to reach out, even to have like some sort of group meeting, like a family reunion or something like that. This would be a great week for something along those lines as well. And for Cancer rising, this energy is happening in your 3rd house, which is the house of ideas. It's the house of communication. It's the house of your community. your neighborhood, your neighbors, extended family, relatives. For you guys, this is also a great time where, doing something where you're connecting with your extended family, like a family reunion, where you're connecting with groups of people, where you're connecting with your community, maybe joining some sort of group or organization within your community. So that way you can bring in some new, innovative, fresh ideas when it comes to that group or organization and what their goals and plans are. This is a great time to reach out and connect with your neighbors, to engage in any sort of community relationships. This is a great week for short distance travel, especially if you're doing it within a group. It'll help shake things up. And if you've been feeling really bored and stuck in your home environment or in your community and just really wanting to break away, get out there, do something new, now's the time to do it. This could also be a really great time for group work around learning, education, new skill sets. Even doing something like a webinar or a course this week could be really great for you with this energy with Uranus, which rules technology, in the 11th house, which is groups and networking, and it also includes networking via the internet. And so it's a great week for sharing new information, for learning new information, for getting really powerful insights and inspiration through your connections with other people, especially in your community, and especially, connecting with friends and connecting with people who have shared goals when it comes to learning and education. For Leo and for Leo rising, this energy is happening in your second house of finance. Lucky you, Leo. So you're going to have a lot of energy around money this week, around the way that you make money, around the way that you save your money, around the way that you spend and utilize your resources. You might be thinking about rebalancing your budget in some sort of way. You might be contemplating how you can make more money so you can buy the things that you're really interested in purchasing, or so that way you can have the lifestyle that you've always dreamed of. This is a week where you can make changes to your career path and your career goals and plans that can inspire you to become much more liberated and create resources in a way that's much more independent, that feels better to you. If you've been feeling really stale, stuck, stagnant in the area of finances or in the area of work and career in general, this is a week where you might find some surprising new circumstances, or you might get some surprising news that changes things and creates a lot more inspiration around your work and your ability to create resources. You might find that you get this intense download that shows you how you can create money in a way that's more independent and more fun for you. Or you might get a really great inspiration as to just how you can bring in a whole bunch of money all at once, or you could get some sort of surprising recognition through your work or through people in positions of power and authority that leads to financial gain moving forward. But this is a great time to set your intentions for a financial reset, for any changes and adjustments you want to make when it comes to your material world. For Virgo and for Virgo rising, this is happening in your sign. So happy birthday, Virgo sun signs who have your birthday this week. If you do have your birthday this week, this is a great week. So you're going to have a really wonderful solar return. When I was going through and doing the solar return forecast for Virgo, I was like, most Virgos are going to have a great year. My birthday has a little bit of challenge. I'm a little jealous of all of you who are born this week, my fellow Virgos, because you have a really great year ahead. You're going to have a cosmic reset. This is a year of brand new beginnings where you're going to feel a lot of inspiration, where you're going to break free from stuck, stagnant energy in surprising and positive, beneficial ways that are experienced very positively. So it's an exciting week. And if you want to purchase your extended 2-hour Virgo solar return forecast, you can do that down in the description below. And I'll go more in depth into what this all means for you guys. But this is a great year. So anyway, so for all the other Virgos, if you are a Virgo rising or a Virgo sun sign, this is still a great week. You have a lot of really great opportunity for that cosmic reset. You can set your intentions for what it is that you want to create for yourself for the month ahead. You might want to break free from any limitations or restrictions when it comes to your mindset, your conditioning, or your physical body even. This is a really great time where new belief systems, new ideas, new connections are going to come into your life that change your mindset that change your perspective on your experience, and you can channel that into making positive changes in all areas of your life. This is a great time to make changes that align you more so with your integrity, so your actions are aligning with your integrity. Also, your beliefs about God, the universe, the world around you, your perspective on life are changing right now, and they're changing this week in a very positive way. This could also bring unexpected travel plans that come in, or unexpected communications that come in from somebody in a foreign country or from a teacher. This is a great time to branch out and learn some new skill set, to study some form of deep wisdom or higher education, and to do so via technology or to do so at a distance. That would be a really great way to utilize this energy as well, because you're going to feel really inspired by doing something along these lines. But this week is all about you, Virgo. So whatever you want to create, whatever favors you and your own self-interest and your own motivation moving forward, that's what you need to set intentions for this week. You have the potential to change your whole life with this energy, especially if you're a Virgo born this week. And so, use it wisely, because alignments like this don't come around very often. And so you can change your relationships, you can change your appearance and have a makeover, you can change your thought processes, your communication style, your ideas, your plans. There's really no limit to what you could do. So so that's the energy for Virgo. I feel like that's pretty good. It's good enough. Maybe you can make do with that. And then for Libra and for Libra rising, there is a huge stellium of planets in your 12th house. The 12th house is the house of spirituality. It's the house of the subconscious. It's the house of realms that are hidden away from your conscious mind and from everyday reality. And so this is a great week to dive into those realms. Dive into your spiritual practices. Develop new spiritual practices, or branch out and study new and exciting forms of spirituality. This is a great week to definitely pay attention to the insights that come to you from sort of etheric sources or other dimensional sources. And so what I mean by that is, if you get a flash of insight, if you get a vision about something, if you get a gut feeling about something, if you have a dream that's really vivid and seems like it's prophetic or symbolic in some sort of way, pay attention to these things, because you will be getting some really intense messages, especially at the time of the new moon, which occurs on Friday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that's the most important time for you to pay attention, and also the most important time for you to create space and take time out so you can pay attention to those things. If you're busy and spending too much time on your day-to-day routines, or working, or doing this, that, and the other thing that you feel like you have to do out in the world, you might miss something, because these insights and inspirations might come about in a way that it's very subtle. And into this weekend, you're probably not going to want to go out and party or be out there quite as much as you normally would, because there's so much energy in your 8th and in your 12th house, and these are the houses of things that are hidden, that are that pull you out of day-to-day reality. This is the house of rest with the 12th house here. And so finding new and exciting ways to decompress, to rest, to get out of your day-to-day life, and to spend more time in contemplation, that's a really great way to utilize this energy. You could have some sort of inspiration to help you break free from, power struggles or issues with debt or other people's money, joint finances, inheritance, things of that nature. This could also be something surprising coming about when it comes to those themes, but it could be experienced in a very positive way, and it could sort of come out of nowhere. You might be dealing with 12th house institutions this week, which have to do with things like hospitals, prisons, temples, ashrams, places that are hidden away from the world that you go to be away from mainstream society. And then for Scorpio and for Scorpio rising, this energy with this stellium and this full or new moon is occurring in your 11th house. And so this is a great week for you to connect with people. Go out, connect with groups of people, join a club, join an organization, go to a party, go to a concert, do that webinar, do that course or whatever it is that you're doing via the internet. Socialize, connect with your friends, call your friends. This is a really great time where you can set intentions for forming really good, new, exciting connections with people. And so if you've been lacking in the area of friendship, if you haven't been socializing enough, now's a time where you can be inspired to do so, and you can make really exciting new connections that are outside of the norm for you, that open you up to different viewpoints and different experiences that you otherwise might not have. And this is a great time to shake things up in partnership with other people. So in a relationship, right? So if you are in relationship, this is a great time to do something new and exciting within a group in that partnership. So, go out with your friends, go on a big group outing, go connect or join a club or take a class together. This is also a time where new relationships and new friendships can come in very unexpectedly, and those experiences can be quite positive. You can also renew your excitement about your current friendships and current connections with people. And this is a great time to bring people back into your life that you might have forgotten about or haven't been really focusing on or connecting with recently. And that can really shake things up in a way that helps you to feel less stagnant, less stuck, more excited, and much more social. Like you're gonna feel good about it. So this is a great time to set intentions for things like that. For Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising, this is a great week to set intentions to make changes to your career, your public reputation, the work that you're doing out in the world. If you've been feeling really stuck or stagnant or bored with the monotonous, mundane routines of your everyday experience, especially as it relates to your work, now's a time where you can break free and have a cosmic reset. You can start doing something new or doing the same thing that you've been doing, but doing it in a new way where it's exciting to you. If you want a new job, if you want to take on a new project within your current job, if you want a different position or a promotion, now's a time where you can make some headway, where you can make those changes much more easily. If you're bored with your daily routines in your work, now's a time where you can reach out to people in positions of authority and ask for change. Now's a time where you're going to feel like rebelling against your current status quo daily routines, and it's going to be very hard for you to stick with what you're doing. And so you need to keep it fresh. You need to keep it exciting, and maybe you need to express that, and it might be more well received this week. This is also a great time to make any changes to your health, to your nutritional routines, to your workout routines, but this is mostly centered on work and on, even if you're not somebody who has a job and works out in the world and has like a big prominent career, this could be a time where you get some sort of help or you make a new connection with somebody in a position of perceived authority that helps to break you free from the monotonous routine daily experiences in your life that you're frustrated with. And so it's a powerful week. For Capricorn and Capricorn rising, this energy is happening in your 9th and in your 5th house. And so you have this new moon in the 9th house. This is a really great time to set intentions for any sort of educational pursuit, writing, publishing, teaching, starting some sort of new like a course of study or traveling and having adventures. That's a really great intention to set with this. If you've been wanting to travel more, if you've been wanting to get out there and to learn through experience, to gain that experiential knowledge, if you've been feeling frustrated with your inability to do things that are fun for you, to experience joy, now's a time where you can break free, where you can shift your mindset and you can make space to do those things a lot more easily. And so this is a time where you're going to be potentially changing your beliefs or your perspective on life, and you're going to do so in a way that enables you to enjoy yourself a little bit more, to engage in the things that you're passionate about. This could also be a really great time to connect with children, especially as it relates to education. So maybe you're thinking about, school starting, and you're thinking about enrolling your children in a different type of school that's a little innovative, a little outside of the box. Now you'd have the green light to do something like that, and it would work out a lot more easily and to your benefit and to the benefit of your children. Maybe you're thinking of enrolling in a program that's exciting to you and that's innovative and it's outside of the box, pursuing higher educational pursuits. Now's a time when you could do that really easily. Maybe you've been thinking about diving into a course of study that's really fun for you, but it's not necessarily practical, but it's exciting. Now's a time for you to do that. And again, just indulging in adventure. Anything that you can do this week, even if you can't get out and travel or book a flight somewhere, go out, explore, have an adventure, because you're going to feel so good about it, and benefits can come to you in surprising ways that you might not even realize as you set off on this adventure. And then Aquarius and Aquarius rising. So this energy is happening in your 8th house. And so, Virgo season for Aquarius is not usually the easiest season a lot of times, because it really has you going deeper. It has you looking at your inner world, your emotional experience, psychological issues, your fears, your anxieties, your traumas, your insecurities. Well, now's a time where you can set intentions to heal from anything on a psychological or an emotional level, even things that are translating into physiological issues or illnesses. You can set your intention to heal, and that healing can come about in really surprising ways, especially if your past is holding you back. And so if your fears, anxieties that control you and that prevent you from moving forward on the path that you want to move into stem from early childhood experiences, with Uranus in the 4th house, this is a great time for you to break free from those old paradigms, from those old stuck, stagnant ways of believing, and to break free from those fears that are holding you back. Because when we live in fear of things, those fears control us either consciously or subconsciously, and cause us to make decisions that we otherwise might not make, or hold us back from making decisions that we would make. And this is also a really great time to change something, or to set intentions for new beginnings when it comes to joint finances, when it comes to debt, other people's money, inheritance, taxes, any issues that you have with joint finances and marriage. Maybe you want to change the dynamic within your family related to finances. And so now's a time when you can do that a lot more easily, or maybe even make a really exciting investment on something new or innovative when it comes to your home, your property, or a property that doesn't necessarily have to be the one that you're living in. And so, maybe you've been thinking about getting a home, like a mortgage or a loan or something like that, involving your property. Now's a time where that could come about a little bit more easily if you think outside of the box and you go in a direction that's a little bit unconventional. All right, and then for Pisces and for Pisces rising. So for Pisces and for Pisces rising, this new moon, little stellium here that's happening, is in your 7th house. So this is the house of relationships. And so this is a really great energy for setting intentions for new beginnings in all of your important close relationships, romantic partnerships, marriage partnerships, business partnerships, close friendships, collaborations, connections, negotiations. These are all things that are subject to change in a very positive way. But in order to make those changes, you need to have open and honest communication. New beginnings can come in relationships through communication and through communicating new ideas or communicating with your partner in new and exciting ways. This is also a time where if you're not in relationship romantically, you can set intentions for that. And if you go out this week and connect with your community in particular, there's potential where you might meet someone. It might not necessarily be a romantic partnership. Uranus is more of a platonic energy. So it could be that you just make a really exciting new connection. You meet a new friend. You partner up with somebody for a business deal or something like that. And it comes about unexpectedly. And it's with somebody who maybe you normally wouldn't have connected with, but because you did something different and put yourself out there, you made that connection, and it can lead to a lot of really positive change in the future. And so setting intentions for anything that you want to change in relationships. If you're in a relationship right now and it feels stagnant and boring and mundane, this is a really great time where you can break free from that energy, you can change things, and it can feel really good and really exciting for you. So you can have an adventure with your partner, you can explore different ideas, you can go take a class together that's a little different or a little weird in some sort of way, and it can really help to reignite the passions in that relationship. All right, you guys, so that is my forecast for all 12 signs. Thank you so much for watching this video and for subscribing to my channel, liking the video, sharing with your friends if you feel like they could benefit from this information. And it looks like it's going to be a really great week, so I hope that you experience it that way. Feel free to comment below with questions or just whatever you want to say. I always like reading your comments, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.